Greetings everybody, today I would like to announce a new project. It was on my back burner for a while. I have an Arc Mini case that was donated by Fractal design, believe or not, last year. So that was well overdue, but I didn't have enough components or right idea what I would like to do with this case. But now I think I have enough stuff to proceed with it. And I think it will be an interesting project because this is a kind of mini tower case that don't get enough attention. Usually people brag more about the monstrous huge cases, similar to the ones that I had before, and those little ones just basically get not as much attention as they should, because there is around quite a few customers of ours who use mini towers, and they basically have to figure out everything on their own. So hopefully this series will help people who have smaller computers. Before I do that, I would like just to mention that thank you for your help. I work out a few things around the studio. You guys submitted me a lot of good information how to improve the video quality, what to do with solution to rotate cases like this one. So I get a few those lazy Marys. They're not automated yet, but I will figure out how I will make motors. But as you can see, have different versions of that, and that definitely will make videos more interesting. I also got some enhancement for my current setup. I have now dual camera setup, so I can shoot from the distance and also have a close-up simultaneously without making video twice. I also got a proper lenses to make a huge big close-up, so you can see not only the area, very little area I'm working on, but a little bit more around, so this will be more helpful. And I don't know if you hear the difference. I also got professional microphone, and hopefully the sounds will be better. So those of you who have more trouble to understand me, I hope it will be a little bit easier to do so. So let's look on Fractal design. The reason why I didn't start this project sooner is the fact that cases like this has a certain limitations. First of all, you can't put full ATX motherboard into it, so you have a mini ATX motherboard we didn't have at this time. And now, after finishing up my home theater computer that you probably watched in my previous series, I have this i5 based motherboard sitting in my old home theater computer that I can reuse and put in this case. So now motherboard component and CPU is sorted out, which is basically the last obstacle I had before I could proceed with this case. Another reason why this case also took me a while to start with, the fact that I have only two front bays on the front of the case, and using, let's say, XSPC complete water cooling kit, that was my original idea to do that, is maybe not the best solution, because if you take both bays under pump reservoir combo, there's no space for optical drive, and also there are certain claims that a lot of people don't use optical drives anymore. Still, it's I don't think it's universal solution here, so you need to find the way how to put water cooling without making too many compromises, because different people have different ideas. I'm personally not ready to give up optical drive as yet, and I'm pretty sure that a number of people who agree with me. So, having said that, this case is quite interesting because in spite of very low cost and very small factor, it has a lot of things that I think quite important to overlooked on many cases that is much more expensive. For example, everywhere you have a filtered system, so basically that helps to keep dust out, although it might increase performance of your radiator in terms of cooling, but fighting dust problems also just equally important. So if we look inside, I would like to show you what we have here. Inside of the case, you can see that the space is quite limited. So when you put your motherboard, even looking just on the space visually at this point, I can't even say which way is the best for this kind of case in terms of putting slim reservoir pump combo on the front or try to squeeze cylindrical reservoir inside of the case. So that's something I would like to investigate further. If my first attempt will be going with bay reservoir, and for that reason Coolants was nice enough to provide the RP401 bay combo, bay reservoir combo. I asked them for a long time, they always rejected because they have a good partnership with other reviewers, but finally they gave up saying no, and I got this part. So we will try to put DDC pump and use one of the bays in this case to provide with a reservoir and pump component, and that will take a lot of question out of clutter inside of the case. If it wouldn't work for whatever reason or we don't like it, we also will look if we can put a normal type of box or cylindrical reservoir inside, and it will see if it works or not. The one thing that I really like about the case right now, one of the things very popular is the fact that lots of people like black and white type of builds. So it's white tubing is pretty hot at this point. So you see this case is actually perfectly playing the theme because it has certain parts that painted in white. You have a white slots, covers, you have a white fan right away, so you don't need to replace anything. You have those drive bays also painted in white, so with white tubing it could be pretty interesting. And if you even want to venture even further, you can look into white liquid as well, such as Dragon Ice Cooling, that give you additional component here. And so that's what something that we'll try to recreate here. And first step to go with this project will be disassembling my existing HTPC build and clean it a little bit out, because the fact is I use it for maybe a couple years without any cleaning. There's a lot of dust inside. I didn't have any filters, so it's quite messy right now. And as I will clean up the system, take my motherboard out of it, I would like to put motherboard inside, and then it will give us a little bit more idea what we can do here in terms of spacing and how much water cooling equipment we can do. Because the problem with the small cases, as I mentioned a few times, the fact that in a small case you have such a little space to work on, so additional stuff, which basically comes by default with water cooling, is complicated because you basically cannot fit it. So that can be a little bit challenging, and that's the reason why I'd like to try this kind of build, because it's not as obvious and as easy as just take a huge case like 800D or half case, and you basically have no limitations there. This one will definitely bring some problems, I'm pretty sure about it. That's what I have for now, and I will continue work on this project, and as soon as I have enough material to compile full-blown video, I will post it out for you. Thank you very much for watching, and I come back very soon. Bye bye.